Tonight on News Channel 21, Super Bowl Sunday is a special one in America, but it draws attention to one issue experts say should be a year-round conversation. And we look forward to the 2020 Oregon legislative session, breaking down lofty goals set by local representatives. Plus, police across the state will work overtime this month, watching out for one thing on the roads. Your news starts now.
Now from Central Oregon's news leader, this is a News Channel 21 special edition.
Good evening, Central Oregon. I'm Max Goldwasser.
And I'm Rhea Piniella. Thank you for joining us, and congratulations to the Super Bowl 54 champions, the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, let's kick things off with a look at our forecast. Jacob Larson joins us now. Jacob, the work week's looking mild compared to what we've seen recently.
Yeah, Max, that's right. We are looking at a much milder work week ahead for us, although it will start off on a chilly note. We did see those cooler temperatures today, and that's likely how we're going to start the work week before we do start to see things warm up. Outside right now, we're looking at temperatures down into the teens and 20s for much of Central Oregon. It's chilly out there, and we'll continue to see these cold temperatures as we make our way through the overnight hours. A bit of a breeze out of the northwest this evening at about 5 to 10 miles per hour. And overhead on the satellite and radar, we did see a few snow showers lingering. Those look to be wrapping up now. A dry and cool start to the week before we start to see things warm up, and we're looking at chances for showers. I'll have details on that coming up in your complete local alert weather forecast. But for now, back to you guys at the desk.
A 35-day legislative session set to begin tomorrow morning in Salem.
News Channel 21 spoke to local state representatives Sherry Helt and Jack Zika. Helt represents House District 54, covering the Bend area. She laid out 4 priorities for this session, including a total ban on flavored vaping products, assistance for unaccompanied homeless youth across the state, changes in standardized testing for Oregon high school students, and tighter regulations on opioid prescriptions, an area that she says hits home in Central Oregon after a well-loved Bend dentist was hit and killed in a DUI crash involving prescription drugs.
When they were investigating the accident and death of Dr. Marika Stone, they couldn't find where the prescriptions were all coming from because there was no tracking device for our authorities to look at.
The investigation revealed the driver who hit Dr. Stone, Chantel Witt, took Xanax originally prescribed for her dog, Lola. Sherry Helt says the bill would help prevent tragedies like this and improve record keeping.
Meanwhile, House District 53 Representative Jack Zika is focusing on 2 bills. One will champion affordable housing across the state. The other will address what he calls a daycare desert in Central Oregon. That means for every 10 children that need daycare, there's only room for 3.
I think there's a lot of families out there that this puts a financial burden on them if they can't go back to work, and you're looking for quality daycare, inexpensive, hopefully, and as it is now, it's not there.
Zika and Helt addressed Democrats taking another stab at a cap-and-trade bill to fight climate change. Neither expressed total support just yet, given a potential cost of living increase on working-class families. Tonight, President Trump left Palm Beach and headed to Joint Base Andrews in Maryland. He's set to give his State of the Union address Tuesday night in the Capitol, where his impeachment trial is still underway. Trump's expected to be acquitted by the Senate on Wednesday. We asked Bend-based attorney Jeff Eager about whether the impeachment process will carry any weight when Americans go to the polls in November.
Because the impeachment process is a political process, it's not a criminal process. You have another political process that is underway right now. I mean, the Democrats have their caucuses in Iowa on Monday, I believe. That process is underway, so the voters are going to have a chance to say whether, yeah, Donald Trump's fit to be president again for another 4 years, or we prefer someone else.
Now there is a chance a president can face criminal charges once they're no longer in office. Jeff Eager says he's not sure whether charges in these articles of impeachment would hold up in a criminal court.
Starting tomorrow, police across the state will work overtime to crack down on safety belt and child seat laws. The extra patrols run through Sunday, the 16th, as a part of a nationwide blitz. In 2017, the Oregon legislature passed a law requiring kids to ride in a rear-facing car seat until they're 2 years old. Kids have to stay in a booster seat until they're 8 years old or 4'9". Lieutenant Curtis Chambers says the point is to educate but you could still drive away with a ticket if you're stopped.
If an officer discovers a improperly restrained child, the driver could be held responsible in the form of a citation.
Car crashes are a leading cause of death nationwide for children 1 to 12 years old. Curtis Chambers says officers will also focus on distracted driving during the blitz. Now, the claim that domestic violence peaks in the United States on Super Bowl Sundays actually a myth debunked by recent studies.
Reported incidents in Central Oregon don't dramatically spike either, but local experts say that's no reason to end the conversation. News Channel 21 asked both Bend and Redmond police about domestic violence calls on Super Bowl Sunday. Over the last 3 years, both agencies reported numbers consistent with most national holidays. For example, Redmond police reported 4 DV calls on the 4th of July and 5 on Christmas Day last year. Redmond police responded to 799 calls last year. That breaks down to 2 or 3 a day, with numbers rising in the summer. Advocacy groups like Saving Grace in Bend offer 24/7 resources for victims. Executive Director Cassie McQueen says domestic violence can happen anytime for a number of reasons.
It's really hard to kind of decipher if it's related to a holiday. Oftentimes it's when school is in session, and oftentimes it just seems related to the weather. So we don't really see an exact trend, but again, the really most important part is those holidays, oftentimes businesses are closed, organizations are closed, resources aren't available, and that's where we really see ourselves stepping in.
If you or someone you know is in need of help, call their helpline number or visit saving-grace.org. Still to come, meet a Super Bowl champion living right here in Central Oregon as he looks back on the big game.
But first, charitable causes across the high desert this month. When we come back, we'll tell you how to get involved and show you one that raised thousands this weekend alone. Yesterday, we introduced you to a local man who's raising money for a good cause with a 24-hour workout challenge.
Today, I caught up with Justin True after things wrapped up. True's no stranger to doing challenges for charity. In August, True towed a car on foot to raise money for a Palestinian man to attend college. 2 months later, he walked across Madagascar to help raise awareness for disappearing natural resources. Now he's completed 24 CrossFit workouts in 24 hours, all to raise money for fallen service members and for the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. A Facebook page linked to True's profile shows he's raised more than $700 for the cause.
The Humane Society of Central Oregon's 9th annual Pup Crawl is underway this month. The fundraiser kicked off at 10 Barrel Westside last night in Bend. The 5-week series hits 11 different brew pub locations selling special items to raise money for the Humane Society. Executive Director Sabrina Slusser says the ability to hold these events on weekends will make a crucial difference this year.
We feel like moving from earlier in the week, sometimes we did Tuesdays and Wednesdays and our attendance wasn't so great, but now having them Thursday through Saturday, I think we'll see a real increase, and we hope to sell out. We hope that we don't get snowed out.
Slusser says running the Humane Society costs roughly $2,500 a day. Coming up this week, the Pup Crawl's next stops are Sun River Brewing's location in Sun River on Thursday and the Cascade Lakes Lodge on Friday from 4 to 7:30, or you can go to Crux Fermentation Project in Bend from 2 to 5 p.m. on Saturday.
Over the middle, Boss makes the catch on the run, still on speed across midfield, to the 40, to the 35.
Well, he jump-started the Giants' offense in Super Bowl 42 to upset the then undefeated Patriots. Now Kevin Boss is a father and business owner in Central Oregon. Hear him reminisce on his biggest day on the gridiron in just a bit.
But first, we're looking at a mild week on the high desert, but we'll still see some showers here and there. I'll time it out for you coming up in your complete local alert weather forecast. That's up next.
Now, Central Oregon's local alert weather with Jacob Larson.
Good evening, Central Oregon. Cooler temperatures for us today across the high desert. Highs today topping out in the upper 30s to low 40s here in Central Oregon. That's well below average for this time of year. 45 is actually normal for this time of year at Roberts Field in Redmond. And we're continuing to see those temperatures drop. It's 27 degrees right now in Sisters, 28 right now for Bend, Redmond, and Prineville, 18 right now in Sun River, 22 in Lapine. It's definitely chilly outside, a big change compared to where we were just yesterday. 24 hours ago, many places at least 10 degrees cooler compared to this time yesterday. So a big cool down for us here on the high desert. And we're looking at cool temperatures overnight tonight as we're starting to see a bit of a clearing trend overhead. Just a few clouds lingering here for us now across the high desert. And as we take a look at the future track and start to put this into motion, we're going to continue to see clear skies through the overnight and into tomorrow morning. That's when we'll start to see a few more clouds push in. So here we are now at 8 o'clock in the morning for your Monday. A few more clouds pushing in, but throughout the day, we're really not looking at much in the way of cloud coverage. A slight chance we see a few snow showers develop through the afternoon hours, but definitely looking at plenty of sun breaks throughout the day. And as we make our way into the afternoon and overnight, once again, we're going to start to see those clouds clear out. So clear skies overnight heading into Tuesday. And Tuesday morning, we start things on a clear note before some more clouds start to roll in and we start to see even more changes overhead heading into Wednesday. Overnight tonight, lows down into the teens and 20s. It's going to be downright cold as you're heading out the door tomorrow morning. Lapine, 14 degrees overnight, 16 degrees in Sisters, 21 in Bend, 19 in Prineville. And then we're really not warming up all that much. Temperatures topping out in the 20s to 30s, 29 through Lapine and Sun River, 35 in Sisters, 37 in Prineville, 38 for Redmond. So going to be a chilly day, well below average once again. Taking a look at your 7-day forecast, a cool start to the week, although we will see mostly clear skies, a very slight chance that we see some snow showers develop. Then by Wednesday, warming up and looking at a chance for rain showers, and then we're back into the 50s by the end of the week with a chance for rain and snow heading into next weekend. That's been a look at your weather. Now let's get a check of that snow report.
Your local alert weather snow report brought to you by Les Schwab Tire Centers.
5 new inches of snow at Meadows and Timberline in the past 24 hours. Hoodoo added 2 inches of new snow, while Willamette Pass reported 3 new inches of snow. Cooler temperatures up on the slopes today in the teens to 20s. That's been a look at your weather. We're back after this.
Super Bowl 42, the New York Giants enter as a 5 seed against the undefeated New England Patriots. Going in, many people were ready to just hand the Pats the Lombardi Trophy. Instead, though, it was Kevin Boss, a Bend resident, and the Giants who walked off the field as champions. I sat down with Boss earlier this week to learn what it's like as a player on football's biggest stage. When you're warming up on that field, you look across the 50-yard line and you see at that point the 18-0 Patriots.
Yeah.
You see Tom Brady. You see Randy Moss.
Yeah.
What are you thinking in your head as a rookie? These are guys you grew up watching,
Yeah, totally.
and now you're playing on the same field against them in the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that was, again, especially being a rookie, you know, like I would still be starstruck by, you know, playing against guys like that. I remember like just preparing that week and like looking at film and just looking at the roster and just being like, holy cow, like this defense, this team is stacked. But just playing against legends like that and guys that you grew up watching and now all of a sudden you're playing against them on the biggest stage is a pretty special moment.
We're going to jump ahead to the fourth quarter. You guys are down 7-3, just received a punt. First play of the drive, first play of the quarter.
Yeah.
You catch a 45-yard reception.
Yeah.
Take me through that play.
Yeah, so that
Longest play of the game, by the way.
Yeah, it was interesting, good trivia right there. But yeah, it was a play that wasn't necessarily in our kind of offensive game plan for the week. So we did what we call yo-yo motion, where I, kind of pass the quarterback and then come off past the line to give myself, like I said, more room. And then from there, it was just running a seam pattern down the numbers there, and Eli put it right on me.
Boss makes the catch on the run, still on his feet across midfield, to the 40, to the 35, and knocked down at the 34-yard line.
Yeah, that's fun for me to be able to look back, and it was my one catch of the game.
Did a lot, though.
Yeah, just to be able to say that I contributed a little bit to kind of jumpstarting the offense that came after that.
I don't know if you had time to stop and think, wow, I just caught a pass in the Super Bowl, or at that point it's just you're not even thinking about it, just get up to the line ready for the next play.
Yeah, I mean, during it kind of feels like slow motion a little bit,
Yeah.
you know. I remember running, just being like, hold on to this ball, like I know someone's going to be coming behind me. I know,
protect that
yeah, I
with
know
two
Rodney
hands.
Harrison's, you know, on my heels, and he ultimately, you know, was the one that tackled me from behind. Wasn't quite quick enough to get it into the end zone, but yeah, I remember vividly, you know, just thinking, hold on to that thing tight and get as much, you know, yards after the catch as I can.
You guys beat the Patriots 17-14. Confetti starts to fall. A lot of players are probably either, you know, crying on the field out of happiness, going to see their families. What were you doing at the moment, you know, the clock hit 0-0?
Yeah, I was. I mean, it was a moment of like disbelief, you know, like just couldn't believe that this was happening. And then it was a moment of, yeah, try to find my girlfriend at the time, who's now my wife. We got a really special picture, my wife and I, one of my favorite pictures of all time is on the field and me lifting her up and us kissing, and it's one that sits at our house there, and a pretty special picture.
Also probably fun to look back on is the championship ring that you have, and you have it right here if you want to take it out.
Yeah, brought the.
How often, you were saying before, you don't look at this a whole lot?
No, yeah, maybe bring it out once a year, probably right around this time. It's, you know, a special bond that is formed when you win a championship with a team like that, and it's just a bond that will, you know, be here forever, and something that we will always be able to get together with. And Eli kind of talked about this a little bit in his retirement speech about just how it connects you for life, and you know, we haven't been together, you know, for 10 years, and all of a sudden a couple years ago we have our 10-year Super Bowl anniversary, and we picked up right where we left off, and all the guys just enjoying, you know, spending time with one another again.
Of course, it would not have been a complete discussion about Super Bowl 42 if I didn't pick Boss's brain about the infamous helmet catch by David Tyree. Boss calls it by far the best play in Super Bowl history. Boss takes us through what he saw on the sidelines in a web-exclusive cut of our interview, and you can watch that right now on KTVZ.com.
It's kind of like your best friend or your family coming in. Even though you don't know them, they're at Hoodoo.
After the break, a closer look at one of Central Oregon's most unique winter activities. See what it's like to ski under the lights on Santiam Pass when we come back.
Last chair on the ski hills at 4 o'clock in Central Oregon, no matter where you go.
But the fun stretches into the night on the weekend at Hoodoo Ski Area. Photojournalist Jordan Siemens went to check out the fun.
The night skiing's been going on here for over 40 years. There's lots of reasons why people wouldn't be able to come during the day, and night skiing just gives them another option.
It's a little different crowd, but it's a fun crowd.
All ages, everybody's patient and courteous.
Good job, man. Just a little bit quieter of a spot. A lot of kids around here.
Hoodoo is just a really family-friendly place.
Where you can come on a Friday night with your family and run into tons of people you know.
People are here happy, you know, enjoying themselves at a slower pace.
Everybody's here to just have a good time. And there's runs for everyone.
They've got easy rides, but also hard rides.
Last year we were able to open up and expand night skiing quite a bit. We basically tripled the size of it.
It used to be just really the Easy Rider and Manzanita, but then they opened Ed's Chair, and that's just been a whole nother area that they can ski and do tricks.
The new lights, huge difference.
Ticket, sales have instantly doubled. Now with 2 lifts and much more terrain, the lines are essentially nothing.
It's a lot more open. You can just go do your own thing.
And if you don't know how to ski, they have lessons.
First thing they're going to do is they're going to fill out a rental form.
Are you skiing or snowboarding today?
After they fill out a rental form, they're going to talk to the cashier, take all that, get your lift ticket. Once you get here, we're going to ask you what size shoes you wear, and we're going to get you fitted in a boot. Get you out on the hill.
During the day, you see everything, but at night, you don't. And so you have contours. It's kind of adventurous.
It felt like I was in the sky above outer space.
It's really calm and beautiful.
When you have great weather on a night skiing night, there's nothing like it.
You can night ski and take part in other free events at Hoodoo's annual Winter Carnival happening this Saturday, February 8th. Night skiing runs Thursday through Saturday every weekend until March 30th. There's a discount for lift tickets. Check out skihoodoo.com for details.
It's lit.
That's cool.
I had to say
It's
that.
cool for people who know how to ski. That's not me.
I'm a big skier. Still haven't had the time to go check out night skiing at Hoodoo, but you said you learned to ski
I learned
there.
to ski at Hoodoo. Yeah, not at night during the day, but they've had the night skiing. I think they just brought it back recently.
But you've never done night skiing there, I guess.
No, I should go check it out though.
It's a date.
Yeah.
Not for me. I'm not a skier,
Oh, great.
so, no.
We'll see you back at 10 o'clock Central Oregon. Thanks for joining us.